Greetings, everyone. Happy Saturday. Oh my goodness, you guys. So first of all, I'm doing something I never do, that I've never done before. I'm driving and making a video. I'm on my way to get some coffee from my coffee shop, Swa. And that's not my coffee shop, but the place. I am not a coffee drinker at all. But occasionally, like every now and again, like several years, every decade, I find a drink that I really like, and I just drink that motherfucker all the time. And this coffee, it's a shop. It's not a coffee shop, but it's a shop, and they sell matcha, and they sell something. I don't drink matcha, but I drink something called black sesame. It's a black sesame espresso, and it is delicious. And when I was a younger person, I would drink coffee and it would make my heart race and it would make me really anxious. And then I started studying herbs and understanding how these plants interact with our bodies, and realized that coffee is actually really good for me because I have a lot of Mercury energy. I have a Gemini moon and I am a Virgo sun, so all that's Gemini energy, and it's the energy that governs the nervous system. So, when you're having anxiety and all that sort of stuff, all that's nervous system stuff, and Gemini and Virgo rule that. Virgo rules the gut, and Gemini rules the lungs and the nervous system and the hands. And so when I started understanding how these things work, I started recognizing that, I can drink coffee if I do it in these certain ways. So, first of all, I'm the Moon Mama. Welcome. Today is our Master Nodal class. We are here every day doing this work because where we are on the planet right now, it requires that we do our work every day. This is not a luxury. This is not something that you're just doing for fun. This is a devotion and a commitment to yourself, to becoming yourself at a time when we are leaving one era, leaving the age of the Kali Yuga and moving into another era. And one of the things that kind of makes me sad about this, not really sad, but that this information isn't on the news, that they're not talking about this like they would talk about Christmas or like they would talk about, the Super Bowl, because this is the information that's really important. This is the information that's going to change our lives. And today, Saturn is the planet that rules the day, and Saturn is the planet of time. It governs discipline, it governs structure, it governs cause and effect, it governs karma. So this is very important. This is everything. I'm grateful that I get it. That's all I can say. I'm grateful that I get it, and that I can support the people who want to be supported and support my family, because as a human on the planet right now, we're about to live through an incredible time of transformation, and we're going to need support. So, and that's not to be scared or any of that, but it's to know that we're transforming and we need one another. And so Saturn is the planet that rules today, and Saturn is moving into Aries tonight at 8:30. Wow, y'all. Wow. So Saturn in Aries is the self, it's your own identity, and Saturn is the structure. So this energy of Saturn coming into Aries is going to give you what you need to structure your reality according to who you're really meant to be. See, we've gone into the age of Aquarius. When Pluto went into Aquarius, and the universe works in like ebbs and flows. It's not all or nothing. Until it is, though, right? So what I can say for sure, that's all or nothing. The Kali Yuga is over with. And then there is a building time. It's like if you went to a play and that play had a set, and the set was of like a hospital room, and then that play ended and you were going to stay for the next play, and that set got torn down, and the next play was a church, right? So they had to build a completely different set. I mean, on some level, I'm like the hospital room and the church are the fucking same. But you know what I mean. I'm trying to make a point here. And so what's going to occur for people is that the structures that you have in place that have you people pleasing, externalizing your power, that have you waiting for some fantasy of some external thing to happen before you can get it, that shit is about to collapse really quickly. And that can be very uncomfortable and very painful. So it's very important that people begin to source your own identity. You know, like there's who people told you are, there's how people respond to you, there's what we've been conditioned and told to be, there's what your mother thinks, there's what your father, all these identities, and none of that shit is true or real. All of that is an external composite of you that you have agreed to. So the way you source your identity is from within you. So for me, for the last decade, I have been working to build my own identity. And I do it because I understand my natal chart. So I understand the instructions of how I am meant to function. I understand from my natal chart how my energy works. And I have been building my identity around that. So I was given an identity of like, oh, you're a black woman. You should get married. You should have children. You should be a teacher. They were told you should be a lawyer. All those were identities that were being composites of me that I attempted to live into. You should be a Christian. And then when I realized that none of that shit works for me, none of it works. I'm not a marriage girl. Like that's just not who I am. Like I tried it. I'm too independent for that. That's not the world that I want to live in. I want to heal myself. I don't need a doctor to heal me. I don't need I do like community, but I really had to understand who I am, right? And so now that I understand who I am, I'm not trying to do the things that the culture says are acceptable. I don't even look that way anymore. I use my energy only for the things that actually fortify me. I don't use my energy for things that don't align with who I am. If it doesn't feel good, fuck it. If it doesn't feel good, fuck it. And sometimes, and I'm not meaning like pleasure seeking, because discipline can feel really fucking good. When I do the things that I'm meant to do, when I'm in alignment with it, and nobody else gets it, it feels really good. And so I can do hard things that feel good. And so it's not like this hedonistic kind of pleasure, like escapism. It truly is a power to be true to ourselves and be aligned to our identity. And that can mean doing hard things. But when you do hard things that are aligned, they feel good. They really, talk about bliss. It's otherworldly, the experience that I'm beginning to have because I'm being true to myself. Now, the flip side of that is all the things that I had invested my time and energy in prior to this are falling away, and that is uncomfortable. People are falling away, ideas are falling away, ways of being are falling away, and that is not fun. It is uncomfortable. It is a challenging position when you are surrounded in this Western culture. That's right. That is right. But the thing is, if you can do it, if you're willing to do it, the universe, the ancestors will support you. And it becomes very gratifying. See, the thing is, those who can do the thing that seems impossible, and it seems impossible to be focused on yourself in this Western culture. It seems like, what the fuck? Why would I even try to do that? But, I was coming here. Okay. So anyway, I was lagging here and somebody got my parking space. So it seems like it's really impossible to do. And it is very challenging because it's everywhere, because the dark ages are everywhere. But we're moving into a new age. So those who can access the new energy just through your willingness, just through your desire, you don't even have to know what to do. If you have the willingness to be different, the fucking universe will send you everything you need to be in mastery of it. That's the fucking trick. That's the thing that nobody fucking says. Like, yeah, it seems impossible, But nothing is impossible. And if you understand that nothing is impossible, then you can experience the impossibilities in real time. This shit is so fucking amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. So with that, isn't that funny? The person took the parking space I had, and now here comes another one right here. Boop. They coming out. They coming to give me their parking space. So with that, Saturn in Aries. Saturn in Aries is the invitation to build the structures and get disciplined with who you are. Discipline with who you are. Now, how you do that, if you want to learn how to do that, you can come and book some time with me. I'm happy to teach you. But being disciplined with who you are is what's being activated right now. Being disciplined enough to be yourself. Having the courage to be yourself. Aries is about courage. Having the courage to be yourself. So yesterday, you guys were with me as I went to go. I did a video yesterday saying that I was going to Mexico with a girlfriend of mine who has been my prayer partner. She was my prayer partner years ago when I first started doing this work. And she is 79. So she is, more than 20 years older than I am. And we've been doing this work together for years. And she started going to India probably like maybe 3 or 4 years when we were like prayer partners. We used to pray together. And she started going to India and started coming back, sharing all sorts of stuff with me that would scare the shit out of me. Like talking about this time now. We're going to change. Everything's going to change and all that sort of stuff. And it reinforced in me as a young woman to continue to do the work. And I did. And so she and I have come into space again together. So yesterday we drove to Mexico. And when I tell y'all, it was the wildest fucking ride because the sun is in Gemini right now. And the sun in Gemini means the things you speak, the things you say are real because Gemini is our perception. So we were having this profound experience of looking, we were mapping, through Google Maps, like from Los Angeles to San Diego. And we would see and then be like, okay, 2 hours to get there. And every time we looked at it after traveling miles, it still said 2 hours. And so I just started getting really still. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I noticed that every time she looked at the phone and looked at the map, she would say something like, it's longer. We're not getting there. And it was almost as if we would energetically go back to the end of the line. This went on for hours. And so I started noticing it. And I said to her, stop saying that. Stop saying that. You're creating it. Stop saying it. And she was frustrated, though. She's going to a dental appointment, right? So that in and of itself is already a thing, right? So she's frustrated, and she's studied this stuff for years, so she knows that what I'm saying is true. She knows that what I'm saying is true because she has been studying this stuff for years, but she couldn't fully get it because she was on the edge of something new. When we're on the edge of something new, it's not available to us yet. It's just revealing itself. So I just kept noticing it. Like every time she says, so I just started using my energy to override hers as best I could, which was to use my imagination and see us there. So whatever we needed to do, I had to imagine it already done. I had to see it in my mind with visions of it already done. And then that would override her words and it would happen. So say we're trying to get an Uber and we would be, she would, where's the Uber? The Uber's not coming. And then the Uber would drop. Like we would have the Uber and the Uber would be on the way. And then she would say the Uber's not coming. And then the Uber would cancel. And I was like, what? And some of for me was like really believing that what was happening was happening. I was like, oh, this shit is really happening. She's really, and so, okay. And then I was like, what did I do? So then I would imagine it. And then the Uber would come and we would get in the Uber. Or I would imagine it and we would get to where we were. But I had to really be devoted to seeing us there and overriding her frustration. And it was profound. So we ended up getting there. We were supposed to be there at like 11 o'clock in the morning. We ended up getting into the doctor's office at like 2 or 3. And the doctor was supposed to leave at 1. And so we're in another country. They're all Spanish speaking people. Everybody doesn't speak English, which is a whole nother thing. And so we're literally riding energy. We're literally riding in on like, okay, let's go okay, like and I just love this shit. This is my fucking shit. I love it. And it's stressful. And I'm like, so we get into the office and they are like damn near applauding, right? Because they are aware of what it took. And then she discovers that they had canceled appointments and they were all waiting for her. They were all waiting for her to get there from Los Angeles. And we had tried a month ago and it didn't work. And it was hours. And we had to break through some resistance. We had to break through some sort of bound that was in the energy field that I could detect, but that she didn't have the force to move through by herself, that together we could do it. And when we got there and they started singing, she realized that they were all waiting for her, like 3 or 4 people waiting for her. She felt so guilty. I'm going to say she felt guilty. That's not the word she used. She felt very responsible. She felt very aware that they were all waiting on her. And so I said to her, you deserve this. They're waiting because they want to help you. They're waiting because you've done so much for us. You do so much work on this side to help us all get free. This woman impacted my life when I was in my 20s. She was with me. The reason I do what I do now because of one of the women is because of her. And so I was like, it's okay that they waited for you. They wanted to wait for you. And it was not the easiest thing for her to receive that. She's a Virgo. We are not very, we can be very resistant because we like perfection and we want things to look a certain way and we want to look good in the eyes of others. That's another thing for us as Virgo. So the South Node in Virgo is releasing the way we think perfection is meant to express. This idea of what the ego says perfection is. So we have the Sun in Gemini, which is the story you tell yourself. We have the South Node in Virgo, which is releasing those perfectionistic ways that have you stuck. And the North Node in Pisces, using your imagination to get you to where you're meant to be. And I used all of those tools yesterday, and I had to use them all day long too, because once we left the dental office and we could leave, then we had to get back to Los Angeles, and there was still an air of frustration. And so we had the same experience. What could have taken us 2 hours to get back to LA. So we left that dental office at like 6 o'clock. I didn't park in front of my house until like midnight last night. So it took 6 hours to do something that would have taken 2 hours, but we did it. Like it was like we had to open up a portal that it was available, but it had a lot of toughness around it. It had a lot of resistance around it. It had a lot of fear and guilt and shame around it. So we had to come together in our synergetic intention and move the energy through devotion and love and just sheer will. She said, I am not a Virgo, but I can relate. I am an Aquarius. Yes, Aquarians have it too, though. Aquarians and Virgos are very similar. I'm Aquarius, but I may have a touch of it too. And you also could have a 6th house. We all have everything in us. And right now all of us have the South Node in Virgo. So we're all shedding the shame, the guilt. We're all in that shedding process. So this is not just specific to Virgos. I happen to be a Virgo, which is why I'm teaching this class, because I'm helping us all clean up our own Virgoan energy as I'm cleaning mine up. I'm helping us all do it. I'm supporting us in it. I'm sharing my process so that you can resonate and do the thing that is meant for you to do. So that was a really interesting experience to watch how, while we're in Gemini Sun, it's important for you to say the thing you really mean. Say what you really mean. Get clear, because Gemini is the details of things. It's not this big, expansive, like literally, it's like, okay, I have this big vision, but what does that look like in the details? And how do you get true to yourself? Saturn is going into Aries now. So you're going to have to learn how to use your mind. You know, many of us are still, because the most, I'm sorry, I get so excited. It's important for us to understand the context of where we are. We are coming out of the dark ages. It is the worst time, lack of a better word. It is the time when humans are the most disconnected that they have ever been. So we are here to clean up, y'all. We're the cleanup crew. We're here to pick up the fucking trash, okay? And the only way to do it with Saturn and Aries is through your own system. This is not about trying to help other people. This is about being the thing that you need, and that will help other people. This is about being who you are meant to be, being true to your own identity, your own sense of self, and that is the thing that will help support others. People being able to witness somebody who is on their journey, in their own healing experience, conscious, coming aware, is the thing that will heal. Your energy is what is going to heal. Not what you do, not what you say. And unless you're a messenger. If you're a messenger, like I am a messenger. So what I say actually does help, because I'm a messenger though. I know I'm a messenger because I have a Gemini moon. I am literally a messenger. Everybody is not a messenger, but everyone's life is a message. Everyone is not a messenger, but everyone's life is a message. So here we are doing the dirty work, and all you need to do is do your part. Be true to yourself. Do the thing that you are born to do, meant to do. Love yourself, nurture yourself into wholeness, into fullness, into the full new. Because by the time, if you're going to be alive on the planet for the next 3 years, which is going to be intense, or for the next 10, 15, 20 years, we're going to change so much that we're not going to recognize ourselves. Like, there is a deep deconstruction going on, and it is messy, and we are the cleanup crew. We are the cleanup crew. So, today the moon is going in the Taurus. It's at the final degrees of Aries right now. Aries is about the self. Saturn is coming to Aries today. Taurus is, when it goes into Taurus later on in the next couple of hours, Taurus is about your value. Taurus is where we had the new moon last month. We are getting ready to have the new moon in Gemini in a few days. So the new moons mean that it's time to clear out that area of your life. That area of your life needs to be really deconstructed. So we're having a new moon in Gemini. That means your mind is up for being renewed. Be thee transformed by the renewing of your mind. Be thee transformed by the renewing of your mind. So that means you're going to take your thoughts and ask, is this thought a valid thought? Is this a thought that's serving? But what you need to do in order to really understand this stuff, I'm not going to do all the teaching here, but if you want to learn, come and work with me. Come and work with me so that I can support you. I'm giving you as much information as feels honorable here on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. But in order to really do the deep work, you have to come and sit. You have to come and let me see and let me show you how you will specifically transform these codes, because it's a code that gets to be transformed. Saturn OTW Saturn's on the way to my first house too, girl. Oh yes. Oh, that's so exciting. Oh, I have never felt better than I do now. I see how my gifts work. I'm still learning. I still learn because it's all new. But I feel it, I see it, I'm experiencing it. Yesterday, watching this experience with my friends speaking things, and then us having an immediate experience. She would speak it, and we would have an immediate experience of it in real time. She would say, oh, we're not getting there. And it was as if we would be back to the end of the line. And I was like, wow, reality is morphing, you guys. I'm telling you, reality is morphing. Do not talk shit about yourself and do not talk shit about other people. Like, literally just be in a presence of being compassionate and understanding what's going on, because everyone is coming out of something. Everyone is coming out of something. This is what we got to learn. So if you see what's in other people, if you see that, oh, that person is a liar, or that person is, that means you got it too. The thing you see in them, because you see it, is because you got it. If you spot it in them, it's because you have a likeness. It's the mirror. And that's what we got to understand. So don't talk shit about people, okay? Don't talk shit about people, because you're only, what you judge, you own. What you judge, you break. And then it's yours. So get your fucking shit together. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. I'm about to go get me some coffee, and then I'm about to go take this car back. And then I'm going to a Tao ceremony for my cousin, my niece, to go get Tao today, because I'm doing everything I can to help the people that I am in close proximity with be supported, because it's not a joke around here right now. It's really something, and it's fun though. It's so much fun. So I love you guys very much. Let me pull a card before we go. I have this deck that one of my clients turned me on to, Black Moon Lilith. And Black Moon Lilith is the energy of deep transformation. Deep transformation to the self, like your purest, deepest desires. They give Black Moon Lilith a really weird rap here in this Western culture. But Black Moon Lilith is what you really desire at the depth of yourself, like who you are before you start trying to people please and make other people feel happy, and before you start bending your personality to belong. Black Moon Lilith is your purest sense of self. And I have Black Moon Lilith in Gemini, y'all. So my mind, if I think it's happening. Okay? If I think it is happening. Okay, so let's see what the card is for today. What is the card for today, universe? For the Black Moon Lilith. Haha, Queen Jezebel. The Magnetic Royal Witch. The Magnetic Royal Witch. Let's see, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read the page 21. And this, okay. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. Okay. Magnetic Royal Witch. Queen Jezebel wants to show you how to stand in your own divinity. When this card shows up, you may face opposition and conflict around who you are. Betrayal from others can sting the soul, but you are finally able to see yourself. You have a magical power to command and create your reality. Take time to practice beauty or grooming rituals, upgrade your wardrobe, and allow yourself to feel good. We can look to a plethora of ancient cultures that adorn themselves with makeup, headpieces, jewels, and perfumes as an example of this aesthetic magic. Jezebel energy has only been demonized because it represents witchy feminine power, your magic, presence, and magnetism. Like the ancient wild goddess Lilith, Jezebel's story is tragic and steeped in allegory. Jezebel was a pagan Phoenician queen in the 9th century before Christ, who was featured in the Bible, and her existence has been proven through anthropological research. Oh, I love that. She was a foreign princess who then married and became the consort to the queen of Israel, Ahab. In Jezebel's time, Phoenician women enjoyed more freedom and were considered equal to men. As such, she was able to practice rituals, magic, and worshipped pagan deities like Asherah and Baal. However, because of this, her new kingdom considered her evil. Her life ended in an extremely tragic way because of her unwillingness to accept the king's one God. Not only was her king killed, but she was thrown out of a window, trampled by horses, and eaten by dogs. Woo! She is a dark feminine deity who is vilified like Lilith, Asherah, and Mary Magdalene. Fast forward to modern days, and Jezebel is a colloquial term associated with immoral women, harlotry, seduction, disobedience, and sin. The name serves to promote the unjust suppression of women, witchcraft, paganism. The key to tapping into the energy of Queen Jezebel is to not be afraid of your witchy essence, charm, and beauty. You are regal and divine. Do not allow others to shame you out of your magical shine. You are regal and divine. Do not allow others to shame you out of your magical shine. You are regal and divine. Do not allow others to shame you out of your regal shine. All right, peace and blessings. If you want to know anything about the deck, send me a private message and I will send it to you. Peace and blessings. I love y'all so very much. If you need support, healwithmoonmama.com is my website, and I will be happy to support you in any way I can. You should book your transit readings, book your Venus recovery readings, book your natal chart readings, and book your coaching packages. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.